So one of the things that you can do in ArcGIS Online is georeference historical maps, maps that don't have any GIS information associated with them. They don't line up with your other GIS data, but we can give them a spatial reference, but we have to do a process called georeferencing to assign this map a coordinate system. So what we're looking at here is a Sanborn map of Gettysburg, Pennsylvania from the late 1800s. This is a Sanborn fire insurance map, and I want to use this as a data layer in maps that I'm creating for the town of Gettysburg. So I'm going to minimize that, and I'm going to go into actually, before I minimize that, I do want to mention something here. Notice what the roads are. They can notice that this is Washington Street, this is Chambersburg Street, and Franklin Street. So I'm going to be looking for those same roads on my map in ArcGIS Online to start the georeferencing process. So here I am in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, and if I zoom in here, I can see here's Chambersburg Street, here's Washington Street. If I come over here a little bit more, here's Franklin Street. So I'm going to zoom into the general location of where my map is because it's just going to make placement a little bit easier and to get it all lined up the way that I want. So to add the historical map, I come over here to the Add button, and then I go to the very last option called Add Media Layer. From here, I navigate to where that image is on my computer, and I add it here. And you can set the transparency on this. It helps georeference it so you can see both at the same time. So I'm going to just push that up a little bit. And actually, I'm going to go to maybe a little bit more, and I'm going to start moving it around to kind of try to line up the streets and intersections. And I'm going to come back here, and I have to flip it. So I'm going to grab this little rotate here. That looks much better. And now you see Chambersburg Street is here. Chambersburg Street is here. I move this up so that they coincide. And then I have Washington Street kind of on Washington Street, and here's Franklin. So I have to pull this direction to get that to line up with Franklin, and pull this to get that to line up. And you just essentially keep doing this until you have a good georeference. And this is a little bit sloppy to say the least, but you can use these tools to manipulate the image to get it to where you think it matches up really well. And this does not match up so hot. And let's imagine now that this looks amazing, that we have this exactly how we want. And I'm going to play with the transparency a little bit just to kind of see that if it's in the general ballpark. One thing I will say with georeferencing in ArcGIS Online, you don't have the capabilities to get it exactly right like you do in ArcGIS Pro. In ArcGIS Pro, you use what's called control points to match up a location on the non-georeferenced image to the georeferenced image, and it makes for a much tighter georeference. Here, you're just really warping the image to kind of get it to kind of line up with things. So again, once you feel like you have it the way that you want, and I'm going to just look at things side by side. And then overlay. And once you feel like you have it decent, you can go to update and close. And now your image is a data layer that you can be using on other maps. So if we go to our content area, actually, let's go to content here, and let's erase that. and reload. And I'm not sure why it's not showing up, but anyway, that is how you georeference. I'm going to hit save to save my map. And hit save. And there we have a map that is georeferenced in the town of Gettysburg. And this is where you would actually save your map so that it goes into your content area. So pretty neat. So think about applications of this. Like for any of you that are teaching any type of historical type of course, this is a really cool way of giving context to historical things in current times and just seeing how places have changed over time. So a really great opportunity to do quite a bit with this. So again, this is called media layers, and all you do is go to this button here to add your media layer, and then you just finagle the image to line it up as best as you can.